Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to another episode of the DunnWisdom Morning Show. I am your host, Melissa P. Dunn. I'm the CEO of MD Marketing Network, the founder of this DunnWisdom movement. And today I'm going to share with you some success tips. So, specifically, I'm going to give you 5 ways to transform yourself for success. I am so excited to talk about this topic because one of the books that I'm completely obsessed with, actually, let me show it to you. There we go. All right. Welcome to my life, people. I love it. There we go. 5 ways to transform yourself for success. So one of the books that I'm extremely obsessed with, is this book, Success Tips by Jack Canfield. I love this book. I've read it. I actually, if you go back and watch like an earlier episode of the DunnWisdom Morning Show, you'll see that I actually did like a 3-part series on this book where I shared some of the tips. So the title for this book and the entire spirit was inspired by Jack Canfield's work in the success principles. So I'm going to talk to you specifically about 5 ways to transform yourself for success. But before I do, like every week, I'm going to share with you a quote from someone who inspires me. This quote is from the Dalai Lama. It says, "Everyone wants to lead a happy life. However, real happiness is not about having money or power. It's about achieving inner peace. If you find peace of mind, you'll be happy by night and by day." That's from the Dalai Lama. And listen, it's so true. So true. All right, so let's dive right in, shall we? 5 ways to transform yourself for success. Now, you have heard me say, if you've been following me for a while, you've heard me say that success is an inside game, right? Everything, both success and failure starts in your mind. So let's just agree on that premise right up front. Your success and your failure is really up to you. Yes, there's some circumstances that might impact it. Yes, some of us are born with a silver spoon in our mouth and some of us are not, right? And so that kind of sets us on a path. But the ultimate success, you get to define that for yourself. And I find that to be so empowering. In fact, that means the world, right? Because if you think about it, your circumstances don't define who you are. So you know what that means? That means that you can change that, which leads us to way number 1. Change your mindset, change your life. Change your mindset, change your life. So the way how you view your situation, the way how you perceive your conditions in life really dictate whether or not you're going to be able to travel through it with ease and travel through it towards a successful outcome, right? So have you ever paid attention to the thoughts that's happening in your head? Are they negative or are they positive? Do they make you feel empowered or do they make you feel drained? What are you saying about yourself to yourself? Are you your own cheerleader or are you your own critic? Is it like negative Nancy up here? Pay attention to that, right? If you were to just spend the next 7 days of your life just paying attention to your self-talk, paying attention to your emotions, paying attention to your perspective on every single situation in your life, and find a way to look for positive aspects, look for things that you love, look for ways to raise your vibration, change your mindset. I'm telling you, I promise you, your life will change. right? So that's way number one. Way number two, get happy on purpose. Listen, I know sometimes it's really challenging to do when you're going to a job that you may not like that much, dealing with a boss that may be getting on your nerves, or dealing with customers who are not paying their invoices on time. But guess what? Those things may not be completely in your control, but what happens on the inside of you, what happens in here, what happens in here is 100% up to you. I want you to reflect on that quote that I just shared with you from the Dalai Lama. Happiness is an inside job. It's an inside job, and it's up to you. 100%. It's a choice. Right? So there are a couple of things that I do to get happy on purpose. Being out in nature makes me happy. Looking at the clouds and kind of thinking about the sky as God's artwork, his ultimate artwork, right? He's a sculptor, and trying to find, different images in the clouds, that makes me happy. Walking outside barefoot on the sand at the beach makes me happy. Watching the sunrise and listening to the ocean at the same time makes me extremely happy. Smelling flowers, looking at roses, that makes me happy. So I want you to take some time today, jot down the things that make you happy and do more of it. I get that sometimes there's some people who think that maybe they don't deserve to be happy. Maybe you've gone through some sort of trauma in your life, or maybe you've been the perpetrator of trauma on others. Well, here's the thing, is that happiness can still be yours, and you deserve it. The happier you are on the inside, the more likely it is for your outside to start to manifest some of the things that you're believing God for, right? So start with your mind, right? Change your mindset, change your life, and then start with your emotions. Work your way up to feeling unbridled joy, for feeling happy, even in the midst of a storm. Even in the midst of a storm, it is possible for you to feel peace. It is possible for you to feel joy. It is possible for you to feel happy. Your circumstances should not dictate your emotions. Your emotions should manifest and dictate your circumstances. So get happy on purpose. Way number three, and this one is huge. This is a huge one. I know it is. It is for me too. But I want you to face your fear. I want you to face your fear. We lead in two ways in this world. We either lead by love, or we lead by fear. Right? We either allow love to lead us, or we allow fear to lead us. So my question to you today is, what are you being led by? Are you being led by love? Are you being led by joy and abundance and this sense of fire for life? Or are you being held back by your fear, stuck, overwhelmed, afraid to do anything, afraid to take a chance, afraid to open that business, afraid to, step into that relationship, fully owning who you are? Face your fear. Fear can be a healthy emotion if you allow it. I'm going to say that again. Fear can be a healthy emotion if you allow it. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm up to big things in my life right now, right? Huge things in my life. And as a public servant for the city of Lauderhill, the decisions that I make will impact 75,000 people. 75,000 people it will impact. That's a huge amount of responsibility. And sometimes I could feel the fear right here in my throat. Sometimes I can feel it. But guess what? I know who and whose I am. And I am clear that when I lead from love, that it just flows easily through me. But when I allow fear to stop me, then I'm not of any use to myself, and I'm certainly not any use to the community. And so every day I make the decision to lead from love. Now, does that mean that I don't feel the fear? No, that's not what it means. It means that I feel it, but I do it anyway. You know, I heard this story of this man that's out fishing. Him and his wife went to out into the mountains and found a stream that was very rocky and started to fish. The guy goes into the water, and everywhere he steps, he finds a stone. Every move he makes, he finds a stone, until he gets to his destination and he catches some huge, beautiful fish. That's the way it is in life. If you are afraid to get into the water, think about what you'll miss out on. If you're afraid to take that one step and you think about, oh my gosh, you know, it could be so rocky, a fish could bite me. Oh my gosh. And you think about all of the things that could go wrong and you never take the step. Can you think about all that you're missing out on? All of the gifts that you have in your spirit that you are depriving the world of experiencing? So my encouragement to you, my invitation to you is face your fear. Face it head on. Right? Feel it and do it anyway. Way number 3, clean up your mess. Listen, this part right here, I'm telling you, this right here can free you of some of the emotional bondage that we're all walking around, can free you of some of the trauma that we're walking around with, the wounds that we carry with us into our relationships, the wounds that we carry with us into our business deals, right? When you're thinking about the last person who stole your idea and it stops you from going forward. When you think about the last person who broke your heart and it stops you from going forward. You got to clean up your mess. Got to face your fears. So I want you to think onto your life right now. Think about what's holding you back. I mean, really be honest with yourself. Look deep. What's holding you back? What's stopping you? And my invitation to you is to take yourself on today. Clean it up. Now, how can you clean up your mess? Well, only you will know, right? You could write a letter, journal, get it out. You can call and have a clearing conversation. If it's a person, maybe somebody that hurt you, maybe someone that did you wrong, or maybe you hurt someone, or maybe you did someone wrong. Have a clearing conversation with them. Share with them how you experienced whatever it is that happened to cause the trauma. Right? And if you are not yet ready to actually have a conversation with them, you can do what I do sometimes. Turn on my phone, pretend like I'm actually talking to the person and record the conversation on video or audio, or write it down. Take out your journal, write a letter, right? But you got to clean up your mess. Got to get yourself unstuck. And then way number 5, activate your faith. Activate your faith. There is nothing more powerful than showing that you believe what you believe is coming to you. So, you know, I sometimes, one of my big, huge dreams that I have is I want to own real estate. Obviously, I want to own real estate in my city of Lauderhill, right? But I also want to own an apartment on the beach. And I want to be able to lay in my bed and wake up and watch the sunrise over the ocean. I want to be able to go on my balcony and meditate and watch the ocean, watch the sunrise come up over the ocean. That's one of my huge dreams. And so do you know how I activate my faith? there's a particular spot on Fort Lauderdale Beach where I go. And I spend time on that beach and I pretend like I actually own the penthouse apartment. And that's like my weekend spot. I have this whole narrative in my head where, you know, that's my vacation place. That's how I activate my faith for that particular dream. So what are you dreaming about? You know, what are you believing God for? Are you hoping to one day get married? All right, well, you know what? Maybe it'll be good for you to start looking at wedding dresses, right? Are you hoping to one day adopt a child? Well, maybe it'll be a good thing for you to go volunteer at an orphanage and spend time holding those babies, right? Are you dreaming about getting that next multi-million-dollar contract? Well, how can you activate that faith? Listen, go test drive your dream car. If you're dreaming about having a multi-million-dollar mansion, maybe you and 6 of your girlfriends can get together and get an Airbnb that's a mansion and spend a weekend there or spend a week there. Split the cost amongst the 6 or 10 of you and experience what it feels like to have what you're believing God for. Activate your faith, right? Activate your faith. It is such a powerful, powerful way for you to feel what it could feel like for you to have what you want. So those are 5 ways for you to transform yourself to success today. I really hope that these tips support you. My encouragement, my invitation is for you to pick one of these and execute it for the next 7 days. All right, let's see what's happening here. Let me check in. All right. Good morning. Okay, this is very good. I enjoy this. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. All right, guys, pick one of these ways and get it done. I'm so grateful that you're watching the show today. I hope some of what I shared with you supported you. Hey, Myra. Good morning. Thanks for watching, my love. Thank you so much for watching. So I want you to pick one of these ways and execute it, okay? I'll be back here on Friday with a Lauderhill Business Spotlight. We are actually going to be visiting the owner of one of my Lauderhill Shines companies. It's called Dream Creative Studio. She is actually a photographer and she takes pictures of tiny little babies, of newborns. So that's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, y'all, be well. Remember, be kind and loving to yourself today, okay? You deserve it.